Marry me, Virgo. Virgo, sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Virgos. Starting today, the 19th of May, 2023, we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating on YouTube is the lovely Jennifer, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Honeypaw. Thank you so much, Jennifer and Honeypaw. And thank you, all you Virgos and friends of Virgos, for being here today. If you're watching this on a restream on YouTube, make sure that you realize that you can fast forward through the shuffling if you don't want to watch the shuffling right to the reading by using the timestamps right in the video description. I'm reading with this Tarot of Marseille by the artist Paul Ka, and I've already purified with this Verbena by Monotheme, which is gorgeous. You can find out information about these products in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. And as a reminder, this is a 2-week reading for all you Virgos, sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign, whether you're watching with me live or watching on a restream. So that does go out to a lot of Virgos. So if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you personally, don't worry about it. It may not be meant for you. In that case, maybe disregard the reading and check out one of the readings for your other zodiacal signs. Or remember that we have a reading for all signs, general reading, each and every day except for Monday. You can find the replays of the most recent of those readings right on my website at ariels-corner.com. Ariel's Corner with a hyphen .com. I do not read with card reversals, so that's why you will see me flipping cards right side up. Nothing to worry about. It's just my style of reading. We have a shop, and that's at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com. We list all the different tarot decks that I read with that are still in print, and that's an affiliate store, so we make a small commission off of each and every sale. We do appreciate your support. But Virgo, mostly what we appreciate is that you're here today for this 2-week reading, starting today, the 19th of May, 2023. I'm going to do my best to give you the most accurate reading I possibly can, and to that end, I'm going to shuffle a few more times. Then I'll cut this deck with a nice clean cut, and we'll see what's in store for all of you gorgeous, amazing, fabulous, and awesome Virgos. Let's see, we're starting out with the Knight of Cups. Then we've got the King of Swords. Yikes. 2, 4, 6, 7 of Swords. Good. That's a good resolution. All right. I kind of like this depiction of the King of Swords. You see how he's got a gash in his face? It's because that's all you can expect from the King of Swords, is that you're going to get hurt. That's all that he's there for, is to hurt. Now, there are many ways to feel protected and to protect yourself. There are many things that you can do that are in accordance with infinite intelligence's will for you to keep you safe and protected and to take care of things. But the King of Swords doesn't want to hear about any of that. The King of Swords is a part of our personality that only wants to be right. That's all. I want to be right. I want to do what I want to do. And I want to make them wrong. I want my grievances. I want my grudges. And I want my resentments. I want them to pay. Those kinds of things. So, and it's not that you're, an evil sinner or something like that. If you succumb to the King of Swords, everybody does. But just noticing it when it comes up oftentimes is very empowering, because then you can make a new decision not to go down that road, because all that tends to do is to delay our happiness, is to delay our progress. And we never get the payoff that the King of Swords sort of is implicitly promising. Right? It's sort of like cigarette smoking. All you do when you smoke the cigarette is to feed the addiction, but it doesn't really do anything good for you. I mean, I finally figured that out decades ago when I quit smoking. It's just like, but what does it do for me? The only thing it does for me is quell the addiction for a second, and then I want another one, right? And the same thing goes for the King of Swords. All it does is give you a sense of momentary satisfaction of an addiction to be right, or to get even, or to have a conflict. But in the long run, it doesn't do anything for you except for delay your progress, cause problems in your life, right? So, but the good news is the Seven of Swords is right to the right of it, saying that there is that power of resolution, which is the power of Venus, right beside you. This is true victory. This is not victory. The King of Swords promises victory, but doesn't ever achieve it. But Venus always has victory, and Venus's victory comes through beauty, comes through a beautification, comes through a rethinking of things, comes through a turnaround and a looking at things from a different perspective, like an artist has to do. You know how an artist can paint a picture of a scene, and if they're an amazing artist, you see it in a way that you would have never seen it. That's what the power of Venus is. That's why it's a turnaround, because it can take any situation and beautify it in ways that you didn't even know were possible. And, you know, sometimes looking at something in a different way and beautifying it, it's not all of a sudden just pouring pink paint over it and saying, oh, everything's going to be fine. It's still looking at it realistically, but looking at the beauty that's there and looking at how it possibly can serve you and the lessons that you can learn and how you can be victorious from those situations, how you can truly protect yourself, how you can be safe in the universe, but not necessarily by just doubling down on the King of Swords resentments and grievances. You know, this Knight of Cups is talking about how your intuitive powers are kind of off the chart, Virgo. So you'll know that I'm right by just sitting and listening to your inner guidance. By sitting and listening to your gut, you'll know that I'm right. And you know I'm right now because as soon as you have a little bit of a fit or whatever, you always have that regret. Isn't that right? So we don't need the regret. We don't need any of that. We can tell this King of Swords when that desire comes to be right and to create a stink or whatever. Thank you for sharing, but I'm going to take a beat. I'm going to take a pause, and I'm going to find the beauty in this situation. I'm going to be victorious rather than grievous. Okay, we've got a 10 of coins. We've got the Empress card, and we've got the 2 of coins. Well, you're being impatient with yourself, and that's part of the reason why this King of Swords is getting some power over you. Your impatience with yourself for many of you has to do with money or possessions or something in the practical world. But in reality, there's no reason for you to be impatient with yourself because you have everything that you need to create the life that you want already. And it's through that power of poise that you find that, Virgo. And it's that power of poise that also trumps everything else, including this King of Swords. This King of Swords has no power over the Empress because she's the boss. She's the boss. So if you're starting to feel like you're succumbing to those King of Swords kind of passions that you know aren't good for you, find your poise. Call on that goddess of prosperity and allow yourself to draw to you all of the things which are prosperous. The Empress card, she is like that Disney princess who just, talks to the animals and sings a pretty song, and they come and do her hair and fix her dress and all of that. That's you. That's you. And that's the kind of life that you live. That's this Venus experience. That's the kind of life that you live rather than living through this life of the King of Swords. If you decide to accept her lessons of prosperity and poise rather than his so-called lessons of grievance and destruction, right? This 10 of coins says that something good has happened for you financially recently. Whether or not you choose to acknowledge it, I don't know. But something, or if it's not finances that's the issue, maybe it's health or some other kind of physical asset in your life. But something good has happened. But I always like to remind everybody about the 10s that 10 plus 1 is 1. I'm sorry, 1 plus 0 is 1. So 10, if you leave it at 10, then it's just a nice thing that happened, and it's something that you can put in your past and say, isn't that nice? But if you say, no, wait a minute, I want this to be a 1, that takes it and says that no matter what happened, that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning. It's not even getting started yet, the amount of prosperity that is here for you. So these two cards here together, this 10 of coins and this Empress card, are talking of great prosperity. But it's for some reason, and I think a lot of this King of Swords is how you treat yourself. For some reason, you just don't think you're enough. You just think that you need to be farther along. You just think that there's something wrong with you. That's what this is. And no matter how much when you're in this King of Swords kind of energy about yourself, no matter how much people show you, yeah, but look at this, look at that, look at how far you've come, look at how great things are, it's never going to be good enough. Right? So you need to make a very concerted decision that, no, I'm not thinking from the King of Swords, I'm thinking from the Empress. For one thing, she's the Empress, not the Queen. Right? She's got all the power over all the kings in the deck. So she's the more powerful one anyway. So for just practical purposes, you definitely want to identify with the Empress rather than any king if you have the choice in your reading. But especially the King of Swords, because that's not a kingdom you want a passport in. You don't want to be a resident of that kingdom. That kingdom is a kingdom where all you do is get hurt. There's nothing about that kingdom that is anything but pain. He is literally the king of pain. And no matter what he promises you, this is just a part of your personality that's talking, not an external deity or something. No matter what he promises you, the outcome is only pain. Whereas she is a constant source of lessons and learning about true prosperity. And true prosperity is your birthright, Virgo. True prosperity does include money. It does include good health. But it also includes self-expression. It includes gratitude. It includes joy and victory and beauty and refinement and all the good that you hold so dear. That's what is your birthright. And it's up to you to really discipline your mind when this dude comes up in your personality. Again, you don't want to make... If starting to fight with the King of Swords is playing with the King of Swords. You don't fight the King of Swords. You just make a choice. You just say, I'm not going down that. Not today. I'm going to stay with the Empress. I'm going to stay with my poise. I'm going to stay with my gratitude, my intuition. I'm going to be victorious. I want beauty in my world, not pain, right? And I'm going to look to my past and see all of that good that's already come, and I'm going to recognize that that's just the beginning. So I have no reason to be impatient with myself. I have no reason to think that I should be farther along because I'm doing perfectly well. And that's you. You are doing perfectly well. Do you think she's worried, this Empress, that she's not farther along? No. She's perfectly content and knows that she's growing and growing and growing and that every day is going to bring more prosperity than the day before. She understands that that's the truth. So you take your lesson from her, not from him. In fact, there is a wonderful meditation. I think it's a wonderful meditation. I don't know. I'm biased because I wrote it. But there's a meditation that you may want to spend a little time with if you have time. And it's called Lessons from the Goddess of Prosperity. And it's based on the Empress card of the Tarot of Marseille. You can find that on my website, ariels-corner.com, and it may be a good thing for you. No matter what, you're doing really well, Virgo, and so the only thing that I want you to stop, if you decide to, is stop being so hard on yourself. Stop being so mean to yourself, because I think this is more about how you treat yourself than how you're treating other people. And you know, it's not any better to do it to yourself. It doesn't make you a better person to be mean to yourself than if you're being mean to other people. That's not better. It's just a different way of letting him have the run of the show. So you're going to just make a new decision, and you can say, no, thanks for sharing. Thanks for the offer. I'm going to stick with the Goddess of Prosperity here, and I'm going to go forth and be very victorious and very prosperous and happy. All right, it's a wonderful 2 weeks for you. I'm very excited for all your prosperity. Thank you for joining me, and thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Jennifer and Honeypaw. We'll see you in 2 weeks, Virgo. Blessed be.